Hello students, good afternoon and welcome to math class today. Today we are starting our first lesson for our final term and we will start from unit 12. Please, I want you to open your books to page 40. We'll be looking at page 40 up to 43. Today we'll be looking at multiplication and division. We have studied different aspects of multiplication and division, but if you have a bigger challenge, this is an opportunity for you to sharpen your understanding in multiplication and division. In today we'll be looking at multiplication specifically before we move on to division in our subsequent lessons, okay? So when we say multiplication, we all understand that multiplication means we want to multiply. So if we want to multiply by our kind, okay? So if I am a boy or a male, I multiply in form of males, and if you are a girl, you multiply in males, which means you are becoming many. Okay, so assuming you have 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. So that means you have 4, 5 to add, okay? So which means we have 4 types of 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? So this plus this will give us 10, plus this will give us 15, and plus this will give us 20, okay? So the same way, if you add 4 in 5 times, okay? So this here we are adding 5 in 4 times, and here we are adding 4 in 5 times, okay? So the first one is going to give us 20, right? Because we have 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. That will give us 20. So we are having 5 in 4. Now we have 4 in 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means when we also add 4 in 5 folds, it's also going to give us 20. Okay? Okay, now let's see the multiplication side of this. It means 4 multiplied by 5. So 4 multiplied by 5 goes to this one, okay? So which means you have 5 in 4 folds. That means 5. Okay, so this times this is going to give us 20. Now we have 5 times of 4. That means your 4 is in 5 groups. So this will move to this one. That means you have 4 in 5 folds, okay? So 4 times 5 will also give us 20. So whenever you are doing a multiplication, it means that you can interchange your numbers. If this number is here and this one is here, like you have here, the answer is always going to be the same. What it matters is that you have to know that you are doing a multiplication, so that means it's going to multiply by itself, okay? So let's look at our second example. We have 5. So how many 5s do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we have 10 groups of 5 here. And now we have 10 groups in 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is 5 groups of 10, okay? So 10 in 5 groups. And here is 5 in 10 groups. Okay, so 5 in 10 groups, 10 in 5 groups. So 5 in 10 groups is going to give us 50. And then 10 in 5 groups is also going to give us 50. That means 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 to the last one is going to give us 50. And 10 plus 10 plus 10 up to the fifth one is also going to give us 50. So what are we studying here? What we are studying is that whenever you have a multiplication like 5 times 4, it means that you have this 4 in 5 groups. So you have 4, 4, 4, 4, and 4, okay? So the 4 is in 5 groups here. And then your 5 here is in 4 groups. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so anytime you are making a multiplication, you look at the numbers that you are dealing with. If they are single digits and that of double digits, this is an easy way you can always use to find your answers. That means you are writing your numbers in a form of array or in a form of groups. Okay, so that groups will help you to always find the answers to the multiplications that you are doing. So please take note of this one so that whenever you have a situation of multiplication, you can always get your right answers to that. Okay, so on this video we will have our first activity, that will be task 1. So there is a game, a multiplication game on pages 32 and that of 33 at the skills builder section of your textbook. So what you're supposed to do is that you're supposed to provide your own numbers there. Okay, provide your own numbers at the player section, and then you multiply with the numbers that is over there for you to multiply. So when you do that, then you can always provide the answers. Okay, so let me quickly show you how you can go. So go to page 32 of the skills builder book. Okay, like this. So what you do is that player 1, so you have to guess your own number. Okay, so you put your own number here, and then you take a number from 1 up to 9, and then you put here, then you multiply with the 2 here. Again, you choose any number between 1 up to 9, you put here, then you put your answer over here. You do the same thing for 10, and then you move to page 33. You also provide any number of your choice, you put here, and then you calculate, and then you find the answer over there. Okay, so that will be your task 1 on our multiplication lesson for today. I'll see you on the second video so that we continue with our lesson. So see you. Hello students, welcome back to our second video. So on our second video we are continuing our lesson on multiplication, and we are looking at how we can use array of numbers to find solutions to our multiplication issues. Okay, so we're going to look at 7 and 4 to see how we can find solution to this kind of multiplication here. So first of all, we have 4 7s, so which is 1 2 3 4. Okay, and then we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this means that we have 4 groups of 7. So this is 4 groups of 7. So that is for the first one, and the second one means that we are having 7 groups of 4. So that means 7 times 4. So which means 4 groups of 7. Okay, and then here is 7 groups of 4. So we're going to find the answer for this very one, and then we find answer for this one as well. Okay, so 7 plus 7 will give us 14, and then plus 7 will give us 21, then plus this 7 will give us 28. Okay, so we're going to put 28 here. Okay, so let's look at our 4. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 in 7 folds is also going to give us 28. So that means 4 times 7 will be 28, and 7 times 4 will also be 28. Okay, so the groups are different, but they are of equal value, in a sense that this is 4 groups of 7 and this is 7 groups of 4, and this is how we do the multiplication over here. So now we have 6 groups and then we have 10 groups. So what will be the multiplication equation for the first one? So what you need to do is to count the number of 6 that we have. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So which means we have 10 groups of 6. So you write your 10 first, multiply by 6. So that means you have 10 groups of 6. Now let's look at our tens. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So that means we have 6 groups of 10. So that becomes 6 groups of 10. So that means we are going to multiply 10 in 6 times. Okay, so 6 times. So 10 groups of 6 is going to give us 60. And the same way, 10 groups in 6, okay? So 6 groups of 10 is also going to give us 60. Whereas in the multiplication way, we have 10 times 6. So that is also 60. And 6 times 10 will also give us 60. So if you look at the array of 7 and 4, this is the relationship. 4 groups of 7 and 7 groups of 4. And the answer is the same. So it doesn't matter if you put your 4 here or you put your 7 here. But this is how the first one is written, which means we are dealing with 4 groups of 7 and you are dealing with 7 groups of 4. 10 groups of 6 and 6 groups of 10. And this is the answers that you will get. Okay, so on our second video we will also have our second task, which will be posted to you through the group for you to find answers to. So expect your questions and then you find answers, and then we can move to our third video. So the third video is going to be our final lesson with the homework. Okay, so students, I see you in the third video. Hello students, this is our final video on our lesson multiplication from Unit 12, page 40 up to page 43. Okay, so this is what we have done today. We studied about multiplication using an array or arrays of numbers to find our answers. Okay, so we have done 2 examples in the first and our second video, and this is the last exercise, that example that we did for this lesson. So I want you to open to page 32 at the challenge book side. You'll be having your homework over there. So this is how your homework looks like. Okay, so this is like a game, so you're supposed to complete the game exercise on pages 32 and that of 33. Okay, so just as you did for task 1, you're supposed to provide your numbers according to the instructions that you have here, and then you complete and you put your answers here. I would like to advise you that please pay attention to your homework and do them and submit them, so that you will not lose points when it comes to the final exams, because some of you lost some points during the other term, which I don't want it to repeat. Okay, so please take your lesson serious, do your homework, so that you get all your points for your final exams. I'd like to say thank you for joining class today, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.